Thank you, Ms Ali, and it's a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship. And thank you to the Right Honourable Gentleman, the member for East Ham, for his kind words and for also standing in to take over this debate this afternoon. And as the original sponsor of the debate and as chair of the All-Party Parliamentary Group on Broadband and Digital Communications, I am delighted to speak. I also speak as the MP for North Devon, a part of the country where our broadband speed lags not just the rest of the country, but the rest of the South West as well, which is very much why I have committed myself to the APPG to see what more can be done to roll out better broadband to North Devon and beyond. Whilst I warmly welcome last week's announcement that more rural properties will be reached through Project Gigabit, it is still over 2.5 years away. In the UK as a whole, gigabit broadband is available to 28.7% of the population, just 20.3% in North Devon. Superfast broadband across the UK is at 95% coverage, whereas in North Devon, we're just at 86.7. Our average download speed is just 42.1 megabits per second, compared to a South West average of 64.8 and UK average of 72.9. And 3.1% of rural areas are unable to receive decent broadband, compared to 0.4% in the UK, 0.6% in the South West, and 6.3% of my population are unable to receive 10 megabits per second. Broadband was the #1 issue on the doorstep after Brexit, back in the election campaign of December 19. And with these figures, it is no wonder. And the challenge of the digital divide, when it is as extreme as it is now in rural parts of the UK, like my constituency, is that people have no idea what they have, could have, or really should have. I mean, what does gigabit capable mean? If you've had under 10 megabits per second, you can see how exciting superfast is. Do you need to go faster? Because we don't know what we are missing out on, because we've got no way of accessing it. Smaller companies like Jurassic have also installed gigabit-capable fibre. Thank you very much. But take-up has not been high, as again, lack of understanding, awareness, the costs and inconvenience of changing service provider, as they are not wholesalers, is holding back our speeding up. I would like to put on the record my thanks to Openreach for connecting up Torstock Primary School and Umberley Primary School during the pandemic. But really, how have we still got schools unable to access the web? Children as young as 6 have explained to me how lessons are interrupted with a circle of doom. So is it any wonder that local employers complain of a skills gap? How are you going to learn digital skills with a circle of doom as your learning companion? Given how far behind we are with our connectivity, parents are often also in no position to assist with technical challenges. Our schools, parents and students have all done a fantastic job getting through the pandemic, despite the connectivity challenges they have faced. But it has gone on for far too long. Parish councillors, many of mine doing a sterling job now in their 80s, may not be best placed to decide on the right broadband solution as they are being asked to. And we now see some villages with multiple operators putting up poles and promoting their services, whilst others languish with nothing. It's not just our broadband speed that needs accelerating, it is the rollout as well. Again, I would like to thank Openreach for tackling the Linton and Lynmouth Rural Build project, which has generated dramatic photos of the fibre passing down the funicular railway. But this came to fruition from a chance meeting between myself and their chief exec. And whilst very grateful for that, what would have happened without it? I recognise Connecting Devon and Somerset are doing their very best in very difficult circumstances to connect up North Devon. But I feel they also need speeding up. And the approach of connecting up 1 or 2 remote properties at a time does not seem joined up or a good use of vital engineers or taxpayers' money. This week, it has taken my intervention to prevent the BD UK programme over-fibring in one village that Openreach have already connected up as a commercial build. They keep putting up additional poles in beautiful North Devon rather than using existing assets. It is creating so much extra work. I just hope that more can be done to effectively manage the programme, as with so much still to connect, having some connected by multiple providers does not seem a good use of taxpayers' money. I really urge the Minister to rethink what more can be done for rural constituencies like mine to join the digital revolution, before we have moved into yet another phase when potentially landlines are to be switched off, where we have no mobile service either. If I move my head during a call at home, I lose my connection, both on Wi-Fi calls and mobile. Please don't turn my landline off. What will I do if there is ever an emergency? I'm not on commission from Openreach, and if City Fibre want to rebrand as Rural Fibre, I am very happy to welcome them instead. But in my mind, we need one wholesale company to come and connect the whole of Devon, rural or not, commercially viable or not, as we are falling behind not just the rest of the UK, but the rest of the world. Hard to reach, remote, rural constituencies like mine need better digital connectivity in my mind than those well-connected, more urban areas. Across the South West, connectivity is poor, both in terms of transport and digital infrastructure. In Cornwall and Devon, the number of jobs reachable within 60 minutes by car is 2 times below the UK median and 5 times below the median for jobs available within 90 minutes. When we talk about levelling up in North Devon, it is digital infrastructure we primarily seek. We have been left behind for too long with poor transport infrastructure, and our geography means we are never going to get any closer to the nearest city. But the technology is available to connect us digitally, and I very much hope that the new Secretary of State will take the drive she has shown addressing other inequalities in our society to bridge the clear rural digital divide.